Awesome. So I want to keep moving, but Charles is saying, and I think you answered it, recovery after workouts and improving flexibility and range of motion.
Cool. Yeah. So actually, we've got sort of two purposes there, and this is something else that I find people have a lot of misconceptions about. Um, the cool down is not the time to try and improve your flexibility. A lot of people, misunderstand when someone says you should be doing stretching during your cool down, and that is correct. But the purpose of a cool down is not, or the purpose of stretching as part of a cool down is not to try and improve your flexibility. You're not looking to extend your range of motion or your flexibility. As part of a cool down, you're already fatigued. The muscles have already been stressed and strained. They're already in a state of, of weakness. And if you push your stretching during a cool down, there's the chance that you may damage those muscles and hurt them even further. So the whole idea of including some stretching during your cool down is simply just to let those muscles elongate again. Typically what happens during a tough workout is the muscles are constantly contracting. And as we said at the beginning of the talk, you get into these sort of constricted positions, and the muscles themselves get into this constricted state where they've been worked quite hard for a long period of time. And then all you want to do during the cool down is just elongate those muscle fibers out, just to return the muscles to a pre-exercise state. You don't want to be pushing your stretching too hard during the cool down, because there is a risk of you damaging those muscles. And I saw your other question there, Charles, about warming up, and equally, you don't want to be trying to improve your flexibility during the warm up. This is another real misconception about using stretching as part of the warm up. When most people, and again, it comes back to not being specific and not clarifying, what you want to do and your intent in regards to stretching and flexibility. So when it comes to the warm up, again, the warm up is not the time to try and improve your flexibility. If you do try and push your stretching during the warm up, you'll end up, stressing the muscles, putting a lot of strain on them, fatiguing them, which will lead to a poor performance after your warm up. So again, as far as stretching is concerned, during the warm up, what we want to do is we want to introduce some very light, short hold, static stretching in the early stages of the warm up. So what I mean by short hold is some static stretches of no more than 5 or 10 seconds, and very, very gentle, very, very light stretches. And it's important that we introduce these early on in the warm-up. And then later in the warm-up, we follow up with some more dynamic stretching, some more explosive type drills, maybe some sport-specific type drills, and some more dynamic stretching to get you ready for the actual event that you're preparing for. But at no time should you be trying to push your flexibility or trying to get more flexible during your warm-up just before your main event.